The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, wherever you might be. And Shalom to the 144,000. So it's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp. And this lesson is going to be centered around going hard in this truth, man. Okay? And here in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 10, you could apply this to serving the Lord, man. Okay? Do it with your might. You see what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, we're not promised tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? And plus, we're at the end of this thing, man. So we must go hard, man. As hard as we can. You see? Without, you know, killing yourself. You know what I'm saying? But for real. And I was just thinking about, you know, giving up a righteous sacrifice. Because our life is a sacrifice, man. Unto Yahweh Shai Shai. You see what I'm saying? Because, of course, you want to get technical, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai, he sacrificed himself for the whole entire nation of Israel. But there's levels to this, man. And the elect, we hope we're of that number, are set apart from the rest of the nation of Israel. Because they're giving a sacrifice as well, man, in this lifetime, man. Especially the 144,000, the prophets, man. Giving up the things of this life and serving the Lord, man. We actually serving Yahweh Shai Shai, doing the work. That's a sacrifice, man. And, you know, when you do it, man, don't half-ass it, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost, because sometimes we can get kind of complacent, man. But the Spirit is on me to just go into this because we got to, you know, do this thing with our strength, man. All right? Now, let's get Malachi chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 6. So here we have the book of Malachi, the first chapter, and I'm going to jump down to verse 6. Okay, get to the point. Now it says, a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Shai of hosts, unto you, O priests, that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? All right, so, you know, the Lord is speaking right here, man. He said, you know, a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. He's like, yo, where's my honor at, man? Or you Israelites need to honor Yahweh Bashmi Shai. He's the king of all energy in existence. He's the creator of all energy in existence. And he's the most high power. Where is his honor and his son's honor? All right. You see? It says, ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and ye say, wherein have we polluted thee? And that ye say, the table of the Lord, Yahweh, is contemptible. Okay? Because you got, you know, Israelites out there giving up a dishonorable sacrifice, man. Okay, they preaching a false doctrine for filthy lucre's sake. You see, you pretty much saying the Lord's table is contemptible, man, if you're doing that type of stuff. You see? All right, just saying anything, man. We don't just say anything, man. We preach the word out of, you know, truth and sincerity. Making sure we're breaking things down right, the correct way. All right? If we make a mistake, we correct it. All right, this thing is very serious, man. You got one lifetime to get this thing right. All right. So anyway, verse 8. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Because when you offer a sacrifice, because back in the ancient times, you know, they had you know, animal sacrifices, and you're not to offer up a sacrifice that has a defect. You're not gonna offer up a blind lamb. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to offer up, you know, a retarded turtle dove. You know what I'm saying? Because you're sacrificing unto the Lord, man. All right? And Yahweh Shai being the ultimate sacrifice, he was without spot and without blemish. Okay? And even at the Passover in ancient times, for the Passover, the lamb had to be without spot and without blemish. So you got Israelites, you know, offering up blemished sacrifices, man. Of course, we're not perfect. You know, we're in this flesh. But, man, you got Israelites out there that are just, you know, willfully half-assing this thing, man. Not really caring about what they saying to the congregation. All right. they're doing things for ulterior motives, that's a blemish sacrifice, man. Okay. So anyway, continuing on. It says here in verse 8, offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee or accept thy person, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts? So it's like, say you giving gifts at your job or whatever, and you're not gonna give your boss at your job a shitty gift, man. All right, you see, you're not gonna be half-assed at your job because you want that promotion, right? How much more Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? And that's pretty much what he's saying right here. All right, you offer up some bullshit to a governor. Will he be pleased with thee or will he accept it? Okay. Verse 9. And now I pray you, beseech the Most High that he will be gracious unto us. This have been by your means. Will he regard your persons, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts? Who is there even among you that will shut the doors for naught? Neither do ye kindle fire on mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushua of hosts. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand. The Lord ain't taking no bullshit, man. Okay, we got to give this thing, our best shot. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go down. I'm gonna read down to verse 14. For from the rising of the sun even until the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushua of hosts. But ye have profaned it, in that ye say, the table of the Lord Yahweh is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible. Ye said also, behold, what a weariness is it, and ye have suffered, and ye have snuffed at it, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord Yahweh? All right. So there you go, man. All right. This is like, speaking spiritually. Verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifices unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushua of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. So there you go, man. All right. We got to make sure, that we're putting in time and effort when it comes to feeding the lambs and feeding the sheep of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua. Not just that, but how we move in life in general. Outside of going to camp and outside of doing these lessons. All right. How are you moving, man? Is it glorifying Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua? This is something that we all got to ask ourselves, man. Myself first and foremost. Because we at the end, man. We don't want to get to the end and the Lord be displeased with our sacrifice, man. Meaning being displeased with our life and how we walked in this truth. I know I don't, man. I think about that, quite often, man. Especially now, all right? Because we're in the end. We want to make sure we finish the right way, man. So, the Lord, he ain't dealing with no bullshit sacrifice, man. Let's get, let's see, let's go to Genesis, the 4th chapter, because this goes into Cain and Abel, man. Because Cain offered up a bullshit sacrifice and the Lord rejected it, man. Let's get that real quick. All right, so since I mentioned it right here, Genesis, the 4th chapter, I'm going to start at verse 1. I read down. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel. This is very symbolic. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. Now, Cain and Abel goes back to Esau and Jacob, man. In the spirit, they're tied to each other in the spirit, man, because Esau has the spirit of Cain, all right? And Jacob has the spirit of Abel, all right? Abel being the righteous seed, Jacob being the righteous seed, Cain being the wicked seed, and Esau being the wicked seed. You see that? And I just noticed that also that Cain was the firstborn. Esau was the firstborn. But anyway, continuing on. Verse 3. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord Yahweh. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Awashai, said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? So he's like, yo, what's wrong with you, man? Why you upset? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Okay? And it goes on to tell you, how Cain murdered his brother Abel because he was, rejected, man. And we don't want to be rejected, man. Okay? I'm saying that to say we got to make sure we're offering up the right sacrifice, because in order to sacrifice to the Lord, he requires blood, man. And, not, a sacrifice of fruit, man. That's some bullshit, man. When you offer an offering unto the Lord, it must be unblemished, animal, a clean beast. All right? And here it is, Cain offered up some bullshit, man. We don't want to offer up no bullshit sacrifice when it comes to our walk with, in this truth, man. The things that we're doing for the Lord, man, building up his kingdom, lesson by lesson. Oh, and really quick, this also shows you that the law, was known by the Israelites back then. It was still around because that's part of the law right there. All right, offering up that sacrifice, man, it has to be unblemished of the first year, man. You see that? And that's before Moses came on the scene. So that's just, a very interesting thing to take note of right there. But anyway, let's get Isaiah chapter 1 really quick. All right, here we have the book of Isaiah chapter 1. I'm gonna jump down to verse 11. All right, and it says this: to what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord Yahweh? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of the he goats. When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons, the Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even a solemn meeting. Your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. All right. So the Lord is not offering up these sacrifices anymore. Man, he's not accepting these sacrifices anymore. That's why we don't sacrifice lambs and goats and all that stuff. We can't be saved by the law. All right. We got to be saved by Yahweh Shai. But, it's all spiritual, man. All right. It's all spiritual. Because, Jake, back then, man, they were doing wickedness and sacrificing. They were doing wickedness in advance. You see what I'm saying? They would plot out to commit adultery or to steal something from somebody and then have a sacrifice already ready to cover that sin. That's why the Lord said what he said, man. Okay? Vain oblations. We don't want to do that, man, in the spirit. Okay? All right, and here's a verse right here to prove that, all right, we're not doing those sacrifices anymore, when it comes to like animals and things like that, or, the way we live our life is a sacrifice. And it says right here, Romans 12:1, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, a holy acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. All right. So how do you make a living sacrifice acceptable? All right. You do the things that the Lord commanded you to do to the best of your abilities, man. All right. And not holding back, man. You see what I'm saying? The Lord knows the hearts of men. Okay. And, he tells us to follow his son, Yahweh Shai. And it takes sacrifice to follow Yahweh Shai. All right. Because he's the ultimate sacrifice, for the entire nation. But to follow him in this life, in this wicked society, it's not easy, man. Okay. You see? But anyway, and you got to do it the right way. You got Israelite groups out here talking about the Lord's name don't matter. All right. Teaching the congregation that. And that's not an acceptable sacrifice, man. Taking backdoor deals with Esau, you see, for monetary gain and whatnot. It's not an acceptable sacrifice. Okay, you Israelites out there eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you know, that's not acceptable, man. Though you call on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you know, you're not doing any of the things that he told you to do. Matter of fact, let's get a precept on that. Hold up. The book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 46. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, or Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, and do not the things which I say? See, this all comes down to obedience, man. All right, having obedience and faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that's what makes your sacrifice acceptable, man, and completing the work unto the end. Okay, you got Israelites that came into this thing and fell out after a few years or took breaks, and you know that's not acceptable, man. Okay, the Lord tells us to finish this work, man. We gotta endure to the end. He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved, and that's what we want. We want to be saved, man. Those who are saved out of the coming destruction, their sacrifice was accepted ultimately. Okay, that's also a requirement of an acceptable sacrifice, enduring it to the end. Okay, so if you give up and you fall out the truth, stop doing the work, you know, and you just go back into the world, that's an unacceptable sacrifice, man. All right, but anyway, man, you know, this reminds me of Matthew 7. Let's get there real quick. All right, here it is right here, the book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 21. Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, as you can see in the red letter. One of the most scariest verses of the Bible, man. All right, let's read it. It says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, or Yahweh Shai, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. You see, that's an acceptable sacrifice, doing the will of the Lord Yahweh, man. All right, and he willed us to follow his son. He said, this is my son in whom I will please, hear ye him. I roughly paraphrasing. But anyway, continuing on. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, or Yahweh Shai, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? Okay. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Man, that is some scary. That's scary right there. To think that you've been doing the work of the Lord, and then, you know, your sacrifice be rejected. Because if your sacrifice is rejected, that's destruction unto you, man. All right, you're not gonna have that hedge of protection around you. You know, we want the hedge of protection around us, man. Because we coming into a time of judgment, man. All right, we don't want to be a part of the 2/3, man. Because they're finna catch complete hell out here. And ultimately, those who survive all the said perils that are to come, they're going to be burned up in the nuclear missiles, man. In the midst of World War III. And they're going to have their head down in the kingdom for a period of time, man. Because they're going to know that they were destroyed, you know, in the second death, man. All right? So, yeah, man, we don't want our sacrifice to be rejected, man. So we got to be, you know, really watching what we doing and how we moving, man, and making sure we in the right spirit, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost, we in the end. All right, we in the very end. We in the last days of the last days, man. The Lord Yahweh Shai gonna be back, and we don't want to be rejected of him, man. So this right here, Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 10 is going into how Yahweh Shai is the ultimate sacrifice for the entire nation of Israel. All right, because I want to, you know, bring that out too. It says, by the which will we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach once for all. All right, so eventually the 2/3 that die on this side, they're going to eventually be brought back into the kingdom, all right, under the second covenant. All right, this only applies to Israel because of Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. They're going to be made completely righteous and perfect in the kingdom, but they're going to have to die on this side, man, if the sacrifice is rejected. Okay, you see. Let's go ahead and go on to hold on one second. All right, here it is right here, the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. So this goes into those who come into this truth, this understanding of being an Israelite and knowing Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and then you go back into the world, man. All right, you know, you just, you know, saying, you know what, I'm done, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm finna go back into the world. Hey, man, there's no covering for you, man. You've rejected the sacrifice of the Lord, so your ass is going to be out here waiting for judgment. This is why you can't give up. You can't give up in this truth no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, man. All right? You can't go back into the world and go back to the old shit you used to do in the world because, hey, there's no more covering for your sins, man. All right? The Lord ain't finna come back down here and get on the cross for your ass, man. All right? This is why you must remain in the truth. Okay? And not go back to, old ways. Now, yeah, we slip and we fall sometimes, but hey, man, going back into the world and just, throwing in the towel, man, just giving in to sin, giving into the flesh completely, hey, like I said, ain't gonna be no covering for you, man. You're gonna be left to be judged. So anyway, I got a few more. Speaking on how, following Yahushua takes sacrifice, it takes discipline, man. That's part of that living sacrifice, man. You restraining yourself, or us restraining ourselves from willful sin, man. All right, so here we have the book of Matthew chapter 4 and verse 18. And Yahushua, walking by the sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. So this is the profession of the disciples, man. Later that came, apostles. Their profession, was fishermen, right? That's how they made their money. That's how they got the bag, right? Now, it says here in the next verse, and he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. So that was Yahushua calling them into the ministry. Okay, now let's see what happens next. And they straightway left their nets and followed him. You see, what did they do? They sacrificed, for Yahushua to follow him, man. You see, that they were making their bodies a living sacrifice. All right, they didn't, sacrifice no goats, no rams. They sacrificed what they were doing in the world, man. Which was, fishing and, whatever else, other professions they had, the other disciples, to follow Yahushua. That's what we're doing. All right? You see? And that's why I said that, it takes sacrifice to follow Yahushua, man. You can't have one foot in the world, wanting this place to continue on and then trying to be a man of the Lord, man. Nah, you got to be all in. So just like the disciples, they were all in. They dropped their net straight away just to follow Yahushua, man. Because he has the way to eternal life. All right? They weren't half-assing. They didn't tell Yahushua, hey, you know what? We're going to follow you. Let me finish doing what we're doing, and then we'll get back to you, Yahushua. And, nah, man. They stopped what they was doing and followed the Lord, man. That's dedication. Now, hold on. I got to clarify this really quick, all right? Because you got some jakes that are simple out there. I'm not telling you to go quit your job, all right? Don't quit your job, Jake. Keep your job because we have to work. That's part of being under the curses. We have to, eat by the sweat of our brow. So I'm not telling you go out there and just quit your, your job, man. But this is symbolic to how we must follow Yahushua, man. Okay, so once you begin doing the work of the Lord, man, you got to continue on to the end. All right, here's Hebrews 10 and 38. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. We can't draw back. All right, you see, you got to finish the work, finish the job, man. You got to, occupy till he comes, as it says. All right, occupy this truth and occupy, being diligent in the work and keeping the faith until the end, man. Until our Lord Yahweh shall return. All right, let's get another one really quick in this matter. Hold on. Got a precept for that. All right, here it is. The famous Luke chapter 9 and verse 62. All right. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. All right. Talking about starting his work and then going back to the world, man. The Lord said, look, man, once you start this work, you put your hand to the plow, you got to finish, man. Ain't no looking back. Ain't no going back to the world, man. All right. He said he's not fit for the kingdom, man. Meaning you're going to die, pretty much. We want to make sure that we enter into the kingdom, Lord willing. We're that elect number that is going to be, that is going to enter into the kingdom of heaven on this side. And not have to experience it by death and by pain, like the 2/3. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. All right. All right. Check this out. Heavy. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So the Lord is saying, look, man, I'm watching you and how you moving. All right. I'm looking at your works and the things that you've been doing. All right. And it's like you're not cold or hot, man. We want to make sure we're hot. We're on fire in this truth, man. Doing what's required of us, man. And not slacking off, man. Sometimes we have our days where we, are not on point, but that's when we got to pick up the pace. All right. Speaking to myself first and foremost, man. We got to make sure that we on fire for this truth, man. And not, slacking off. All right. And falling out, man. He said, thou wert cold or hot. He said, I'd rather you be all the way cold or all the way on fire, man. But he says right here, so then because thou art lukewarm, meaning you in the middle, you kind of, half-assing, all right, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You see that? We don't want the Lord to do that unto us, man. We don't want the Lord to cast us off, man, for half-assing. Are we serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? We got to put forth our strength, man. Okay? So, yeah, man. I think I got one more. We're going to close this. All right? But I want to make a point because you got Israelites out there. This applies to them. All right? Those who, they might do a video like once every 7 months or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Or they might read their Bible, once a week. You should at least, this is me speaking as a man, you should read at least a chapter a day, man. And that's easy. That's not hard. That's not asking too much, man. All right? But you don't want to be, like the Lord said, lukewarm, man. Pretty much bullshitting around. Okay? All right, we're going to close with this right here in 2 Timothy chapter 4, starting verse 3. So, in regards to having an acceptable sacrifice, you got to have the correct doctrine, man. You can't be teaching about no hell doctrine and there's a place where you burn forever. That's not scriptural, man. You can't be teaching, that, Edomites can make it into the kingdom of heaven, and into the second covenant. You can't preach, that the heathen are going to be accepted into, the promises of Jacob. Nah, man. You can't be teaching, bullshit, man. And it says right here, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. All right? Meaning they're going to be adhering to false doctrines, man. There are a lot of false teachers out here. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. All right? You see? But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, and make full proof of thy ministry. All right? You see that? We got to make sure we're tightening up the screws and the bolts, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we don't want to put up no shoddy work, man. Okay? You might half-ass at your job, but we don't want to half-ass for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And you really shouldn't do that at your job either. But you see the point, man. All right. Finish the work, man. Give up an acceptable sacrifice unto the Lord, man. Put your strength in this thing, man. And adhere to sound doctrine, man. Okay. Not being given over to fables and, bullshit doctrines out here. Because there's a lot of that out here, man. And those who adhere to those false doctrines, their sacrifice will not be accepted, man. All right. So anyway, I'm going to end it right there. The point has been made. I don't want to, beat a dead horse, man. All right. Think about your sacrifice, man. Your personal sacrifice, meaning your personal walk, in this truth, man. Will the Lord accept it? All right. So I'm ending right there. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and Kwame Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom.